Hi folks, Pete here from Ashtons Cars. Today showing you around our 59 plate Honda Civic. This is a diesel model. It's the 2.2 CTDi model, 140 horsepower and SE spec. A little bit of an older car for us, but it's only done 79,000 miles and it's absolutely lovely. I really like these cars because the CTDi or CTDi, whatever it's called, engine, it's a very, very strong engine basically. It's the same one that they used to put in the CR-V. And with 140 horsepower, it delivers pretty impressive performance in this Civic. I'd go as far as to say that the diesel versions of these are probably the quickest in the range, all bar the Type Rs. So they've got, a really impressive performance, loads of torque in them. There's a couple of things you've got to look for on them, just to be sort of safe with one. They like to eat clutches, these do. A mechanic friend told me that although it's the same engine that they put in the Civic and the CR-V, because of the smaller size of the car, it's got a slightly smaller clutch plate. So if someone has been a little bit aggressive with it, you will get excessive clutch wear. But I'm pleased to report I've checked this one out and taken it for a good test drive, and it's spot on. So I'll take you around the car and show you some of the features of it. Sat on Goodyear rubber, which is interesting because cheaper cars like this, quite often the tyres get compromised first, and this one hasn't been. It's on like sort of premium brand rubber, and the condition of it is very, very impressive indeed for a car that's 16 years old almost. So I'm quite impressed by it. They were a very futuristic design when they came out, these cars were. Certainly can't be accused of being boring. It's very much individual and unmistakable as a Honda Civic. You've got the triangular exhaust pipes on these higher end ones, that big spoiler in the back, which does compromise rear view a tiny bit, but you soon get used to that rear visibility, and the hidden rear door handles and stuff like that, which have come to be quite commonplace on a lot of vehicles now, but back in when this car came out, would be in 2006. That was quite ahead of the time, ahead of the curve really. It's a cool looking thing, isn't it? I think it's aged quite well. It still looks quite impressive today in its own sort of unique way. It was never one of the crowd really, it was always a little bit individual, and I like individuality. I'm quite bored of seeing the same shapes on cars. Typical Honda fashion, lots of things on this car are completely over-engineered. But that means they've stood up well to the test of time. Let me give you an example. These door handles, look at them, they're huge and they're very over-engineered. They're like something that you'd see on an American fridge, but open them up and you've got a spacious but again quite futuristic design to the interior, which we'll come back to and show you properly in just a minute. Just look at though how this 16-year-old car has worn well over the years. It's barely got any wear in it really. The seats are all intact. Steering wheel, leather steering wheel as well on this SE. It looks very, very modern still, and it feels good in your hands. There's no real adverse wear to the leather. 6-speed manual gearbox. This is a car that will happily return you 40-45 to the gallon, and yet the performance on it is absolutely outstanding. 140 horsepower is not to be sniffed at, and bear in mind there's a huge mountain of torque in this car. As I say, it's the condition of this particular car that really has impressed me. Not just the usual stuff like the bodywork. I mean, the bodywork is very, very good on it. These are normally quite chippy on the front end, and this one isn't. It's in very, very good shape indeed. But also things like the alloy wheels. Now, I don't know if they've been refurbished, but look at the condition of them. And that is the front left-hand side, the one that always gets wrecked. Looks absolutely immaculate. It's got the original wheel caps on it. I think it's original. I can only think whoever owned this car must have had a garage and kept it in there, because the condition of it really is unlike any other 59 plate Honda Civic I've seen in quite some time. Again, Goodyear tyres, which again, show me that it's been looked after. It's a strange one because I haven't got full service history for this car, but it looks like it's been really meticulously maintained. I think they just haven't kept the receipts which is a bit annoying, but you know, in this sort of price range, I'm guessing, you know, unfortunately a lot of cars are going to be in that boat. But this does look like it's been properly looked after to me. The other thing I like on it, I don't know if you can see it so well on this camera, this is normally a matte finish, but this isn't. This is the high gloss, sort of 70% gloss, I would say, finish on the car, all around, even on these bits of the bumper. It does make it look a lot more modern. You know, the matte plastic always fades. This hasn't. So I'm liking that as well. Now, I can only think it might have been something that happened later in the range, because I know early examples I've seen have got the matte finish on them, and I know lower end models have got this sort of matte finish, whereas this is an SE and it's a bit later in the car's lifespan. They probably did a few revisions, so I'm guessing maybe that's why they've got this higher gloss finish on the plastics, but it's very nice. One of the very few marks on the car is by here. Can you see that? I guess get it in focus here. Looks like someone, I mean, again, confirms what I just said. This is someone opening this rear tailgate onto their garage door, isn't it? That's what's happened there. That's where it's made contact. That goes to show really my theory on why the car's in such good nick. It's probably been kept in someone's garage all its life. And, you know, that's really kept it well preserved. There's the boot. It's huge. Absolutely colossal, really, for the size of the car. And it has got a false floor on it as well, under here, with some old newspaper lining it, for even more space and practicality. 12-volt socket in the rear as well, which I always mention, because some people do like to run sort of mini fridges and stuff in the back of their car, and it's quite handy for that. Rear compartment, quite spacious. Hondas have got quite a versatile seating arrangement and a flat floor. That means they are comfortable for up to 3 adults in the back, which you don't get on many cars this sort of size, this sort of range. I'm going to very quickly try and put the seat down for you just to show you how it folds. You see, when it folds, the base goes as well. It goes completely flat to the rear. And that makes it hugely practical. You wouldn't think, looking at the exterior of this car, how practical it is. But when you get in here, you'd be shocked at how spacious it actually is, this shape. It's not just a styling exercise, it's actually a very, very good design. Let's pull that out there. As you can see, it has the rear armrest as well. That's just folded itself down when I did the seats. But yeah, it's a very versatile interior, this. Electric windows front and rear as well on the SE model. And you've got little drinks holders in the armrest and the door bins. So the room for up to 4 drinks in the back. And, well, let's just jump in. I've shown you this already. Let's jump in it and see how it starts and runs and feels. It still feels really comfortable in here. In a funny way, it feels futuristic. I know it's a bit old school, really, but it's a bit sort of, it feels a bit sci-fi, really, with the split level dash. Let me just turn it on so you can see properly. You turn the key, 2 clicks, it all lights up. And then you've got to press a start button by here, a red start button, to fire it into life. And then you've got the speedo right at the top there, on a separate binnacle, and then this binnacle here with the rev counter in it. Looks really cool. Has got a multifunction display as well, so you can put your range, that sort of thing, up on it, which I've just done. You've got the speedo right under, well, right above your steering wheel, right in your eye line there, which is really good. That's what it's like when you're driving it. And it's a smooth old operator, this 2.2 diesel. Obviously, you know, it's an older car. 140 horsepower these days. Well, I suppose that everything's got that now, isn't it? But you know, what you don't get in a modern car really is the torque this thing's got. It really is quite phenomenal. And 6-speed manual as well. You know, it makes sure that you do really sort of get good cruising range out of this car. It's a nice tall 6th gear on it, so unlike a lot of cars in this class, it never feels busy on the motorway. It's a huge dashboard, as in, you know, very deep, very steeply raked windscreen as well. It does feel a bit sporty behind the wheel, I think. I've always liked these Civics, and the performance in it really is, you know, not to be sniffed at. It is probably, in the real world terms, almost as quick as the Type R, because, you know, what that's got in the top end, you've got in the low end grunt. So in the real world, it's quite a brisk thing, this is. We have got cup holders in the front as well, as you can hopefully see there. Little ashtray as well. Storage under here, which is a bit grubby, I will admit, but 12-volt socket in there as well. More storage in the middle here. And nice big glove box with the books in it as well. There is some service history in there as well, but it's not what I would call full. I can only think the person self-serviced this car or has had a local garage do it and they haven't really kept a record. Looking at the car and looking at the sort of the engine and everything on it, it all looks like it's all very well serviced and being looked after. It's got Michelin tyres all round on it, or Goodyear tyres all round on it. You know, that's not a car that's been neglected, but I haven't got a full record of it, unfortunately, so that's a bit disappointing. But nevertheless, you know, we'll keep the price down to under £2,000 on this car, so it's not going to be, you know, something that's going to cost you an arm and a leg. We will get it workshop inspected prior to sale. So yeah, if you're after something cheap and economical, this is fantastic. It's not going to be ULEZ friendly because it's an older diesel, but apart from that, it's a very, very practical thing, this is. All the electric windows work, I've checked. The electric mirrors work, I've checked. Heating and ventilation, perfect. Air conditioning's working. Just a great little family car for someone. And, you know, as I say, I really like these. So there you go, guys. Not a lot more to say, apart from if you are interested in it, give me a call on 07932 873 646. This car is going to be available for nationwide delivery. We will take your old car in part exchange. If you're looking at buying one of these, be aware that the clutch is something that you need to check. You need to check for dual mass flywheel noises on it when you depress the clutch, and also you need to make sure that it doesn't slip under load. So take it up a really steep hill in third gear and floor it at sort of 2000 RPM and see if the needle moves at all before the car starts to take off. You don't want to be buying one where you're going to be putting a clutch in the next couple of months. But if you buy a good one, and I think this is a good one, they can be a really great car. And 79,000 miles, this is probably one of the lowest mileage ones I've seen in quite a long time. So it's going to be a good car for someone, I'm sure. My number again is 07932 873 646. And of course, if you've enjoyed our videos, please click on the subscribe button and also hit the notifications, and you'll be kept informed of goings on and new cars that we've got coming in. And comment below and let us know your thoughts and your experiences of these Hondas as well. I think you can't go wrong really with a Honda Civic. So but let me know your own experiences. I really would like you to join in the chat and comment below. So please, please, please do that and hit that subscribe button. If you haven't done it already, please do it now. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.